again, guys, really appreciate the heat, and obviously it's going to be very warm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the night of September the 2nd. Really fortunate that we've had the heat that we've had here in the state of Minnesota. Again, really appreciate that. I thought this morning we had an excellent practice, a very physical practice. We've gotten a ton of work, one-on-one. Our guys are feisty at this point. This afternoon, there's, guys are getting anxious to play their first football game, and it's really unfortunate that the NCAA doesn't allow us to play a preseason game, scrimmage against somebody else. I just really think that it's unfortunate that we go the whole spring and 29 practices in the fall and not get an opportunity to work against somebody else. And again, it causes some sparks to fly. We've had a few sparks on the field today, but again, I think it says a lot about the readiness of our football team.
Can you give us an update on some of the injured players? Did they come out back to practice today?
Everybody was back. Everybody was good. We feel good about our injury situation. Nothing more to add there.
What's the story with Devon Wright? He didn't play on the scrimmage on Saturday.
There's no story.
No story.
Can you talk about Kirkland?
Donnell's had a great camp. He's done a good job, and I'm very pleased with his progress as a football player. And he's coming along nicely, and he's put himself in position to really help our football team. He'll play in the first game against Middle Tennessee State.
Has he surprised you? Quicker than you thought?
I don't know that it's a surprise, because he was a very good high school football player. He comes from an excellent program, Atlantic High School in Delray Beach, Florida. He's played a lot of football, and he's a hard-nosed, tough kid. He's grasped the offense very well.
You talk about the national media and how they're sort of treating Minnesota.
I don't read all that stuff. I don't read what you guys write for the most part. I don't, we're insulated here on what we're trying to accomplish, and that's winning football games. It's a topic of conversation. A lot of people saying that the expectations for the Gophers are low. This, that. Other people have nothing to do with the expectations and our readiness to play a football game and play this season. And so, it's all good stuff for the restroom, but I don't think it's much more than that.
Some of the guys you're expecting practice today that didn't play in the scrimmage, injury-wise, did you feel like they showed progress?
Did a nice job. Yeah, they did a nice job. Guys are back and guys are working, and we feel like we're going to go into the Middle Tennessee game fairly full strength.
Any idea about Kim Royston?
Again, he's making progress on a daily basis, and we'll find out. As we move closer to the game whether or not we think he's got a chance to help us in the game. He does more and more each day. He's been in pads. He's been working in individual periods. He's got into some team things, and we just got to make sure that he's 100% ready to go. I'm not going to put him out there until I feel 100% certain that he's ready to be on the field.
At what point did you put him in a hitting situation before the first game?
Well, again, we're done scrimmaging prior to the first game. We've done more scrimmaging than probably any team in America since spring practice and through fall camp, and so we're done scrimmaging. But we'll be able to get a read on where he's at prior to the game.
Are kids like Kyle Henderson and Johnny Johnson making a play in secondary based upon their performance in the scrimmage?
Yeah, again, you earn the right to get on the field by how you play in practice. And those guys have played well in practice. Johnny Johnson obviously had a good scrimmage the other day. It was very physical. And Kyle Henderson's a guy that has built trust. He's built trust amongst the staff members that he can help us play. And that's a good thing for our secondary.
And how about Manuel?
James continues to do what he's supposed to do. And again, the thing about James is he hasn't backed off a step. He keeps working, moving forward, and getting better each day he's out there. I think he gets more confident every day he steps on the field. So he's going to be a good player.
Your linebackers, do you feel like it's more settled now with middle and weak side that you might know?
We feel great about our linebackers. Mike Rallis is an outstanding football player. Gary Tinsley and Keenan Cooper are excellent football players. Great speed, contact players. Very pleased with those guys, and we also are fortunate that we've got some depth behind them.
Cooper, you haven't said much about him this fall, but you know he played last year like Tinsley and played well at times. I mean, you looking forward to a good season from him?
Am I looking forward to a good season? Yes, I am. I'm really looking forward to a good season from King.
What kind of season do you think he can have?
I expect him to help us win football games, and I certainly think that he will. Sometimes I wonder how much time you guys spend thinking about these questions.
Just came from basketball practice, though.
Son of a gun.
How's Marquise Gray, receiver?
He's doing really well. He's doing really well. He's doing very well at receiver this afternoon. He made some great plays, and still, I think, really making progress as a quarterback. And so, you know, Marquise is, you know, again, he's a very good football player, and we're going to do our best to let him impact the game, you know, for us.
Ed Olson.
You know, again, he continues to work and get better, you know, and each day he's out there, he just continues to compete, and very pleased with his progress.
It doesn't sound like with Kim maybe not ready to play right away and Kyle Garrett going to play. It doesn't sound like you necessarily think it's going to be a patchwork back there at safety. You sound awfully confident about the talent you have behind those guys.
I guess there's a lot of thought put to that question too. I don't know what you mean, patchwork. What's that mean?
I just mean that these aren't second string guys that you're going to have to play.
We're going to put guys on the field that we think we can win with, period. And they wouldn't be out there unless we felt like we could win with them.
In a strange sort of way, does it help you, I don't know, is it going to give you additional depth at the position, considering that you have starters coming back whenever they're ready to step on the field?
You know, we've got good players. We've got good players, and as I said, for the first time in our time here at the University of Minnesota, we've got depth, and we've got quality depth, and that's a very important thing as we move forward and try to finish games better, try to finish the season better. It's certainly going to help us to have a number of those guys that have been in games and are experienced players and can help us win.
When you say that you wouldn't put Kim out there until you're sure he's 100%, would you play him a few series and with the understanding that he's not going to play
No,
every series?
I'm not going to play Kim in a game until I look at Kim, you know, whether or not you're a father, you have a son, he's a son to me. And he went through a very hard, tough injury. And I'm not going to put him on the field until I know I'm 100% certain that he can protect himself properly and that he's ready to play. And that's it in a nutshell.
I guess, I mean, does he have to be ready to play an entire game?
You know, playing an entire game isn't what we're looking for with Kim. Just looking for him to be able to make incremental steps as far as his getting back, working back into the lineup, and I think that's something we'll work to. I don't think that we're going to look at him playing the whole game, you know, particularly in the first game against Middle Tennessee.
Was Brandon Kirksey practicing full speed again?
Brandon Kirksey's full speed.
Ryan Wynn, has he had any other problems since the flare-up?
No, he hasn't. Today, as a fact, he told me he feels great. He said his back feels great, and really been pleased with the camp he's had. He had a little bit of a setback, but it was really nice to see him out there today in full pads, banging around and getting ready.
Doesn't it help? I mean, I know the second string offensive line had a little bit of issue on Saturday, but having him with that offensive line would be a major plus. You
know, his experience, you know, and again, you know, you don't trade out 5 guys. You know, there's not 5 new linemen going to go in. There may be 2 centers, there may be 3 guards, there may be 3 tackles. And so that's how we kind of look at it. And we're fortunate that Ryan is a guy that's been in the heat, he's been in the battle, and certainly understands what it's like. And to have his ability as a backup center, as a backup guard, is a real plus.
You feel this is the best team that you've had?
You know, this is the most talent that we've had here at the University of Minnesota. Again, we're a young football team. We're going to prepare ourselves to go play and go win.